p.m. Welcome to the Town of Madison Board of Selectmen meeting, Tuesday, July 7th. I will stand for Pledge of Allegiance. Nicole, you want to lead us? Sure.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A belated happy 250th. All right, approval of the agenda. We do not have selectmen vote today. But is everyone else good with what's on the list?
Yes.
Can I add one? Under mine, can we add IT services?
Yep. All right, I will accept a motion to approve the agenda, adding IT services onto the administrator list.
Call motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Aye. All right, so this is approval of the minutes
Yep.
of June 23rd.
Also, add non-publics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On back. On back.
Yeah.
I'm way at home. What dates were they?
The 23rd of June.
Oh, the 23rd.
It's all 20.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
all right, so
Yeah, it's
I
the
will,
last.
I'll accept a motion to approve the 3 sets of non-public minutes from June 23rd,
Third.
2026.
Call motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And do we have a motion to approve the June 23rd
Call motion. That
public
also.
session? Jim,
Call motion. Yes.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm done, thank you. And then the manifest. Do you have the summary page? Oh,
Yeah, I'm just,
okay.
I'm
Oh, you
just
hadn't
looking
seen
over
it.
the numbers quick.
Yep.
No, Lucia mentioned the Madison School District. I just want to make sure that was on there. We had spoken about that yesterday.
All right, there are 3, where I'm fine with approving it, but there's just kind of a typographical thing. We're just changing wording from paying off the warrant Article 6 trash truck to paying the grant truck, because that is coming in, yay. And then we're just checking on our price per gallon for Eastern propane, compared against our contract, but we still have to pay the bill. So I will accept a motion to approve the manifest with that one typographical correction, and otherwise.
I'll read it out. Or?
I did.
Okay.
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
No, read it out.
Total of EBAN?
EB.
EBEN. Thank you, EBEN, Farm Road.
My neighbor has widened the road by 2-3 feet already this spring and filled in one drain that I had is just covered over. So I'm looking for direction. I'm not into all of this.
Okay. All right, if, maybe we can connect, Lucia, can we connect offline with this fine gentleman and work with you to get the information that you need. In terms of Class 6 roads in general, they're not maintained by the town. They are, is that right, Mike?
Yeah, when he's looking for, you should issue a cease and desist forthwith until the gentleman comes before you, because no work can be performed on a Class 6 right of way without authority from the Board of Selectmen. And the fact that we're hearing about this tonight, and I've been to most of your meetings, not all of them, I don't believe you granted any authority for work to be performed on that road.
Not that I can-
And you would direct the DPW to supervise any improvements.
Like we did for Albert Drive.
Right.
Yeah. All right. That answers part of it. All right, so, yeah, I think, yeah, we can work with you offline if you don't mind. If we could get, after the meeting maybe, or on your way out, if we could get your name and phone number and email address, that way we can follow up with you directly.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do what I can to get the information I would like. My house lies just 27 feet from the road. So, if he puts a camp up there, that's gonna be a lot of traffic that I don't want that close to my house.
Yeah, I don't think he would be able to anyway. I mean, we only allow up to 2 accessory dwelling units, so they couldn't put like anything
Well,
more
there-
than that.
He's already got the permit approved to put a pavilion up there for scouts. I assume it's for scouts. So, he has built a house, he has a camping trailer up there, and now he's building a pavilion. And I shouldn't admit it, but I'm the one that sold him the land. My brother was in a nursing home, and you gotta get rid of everything.
Yeah, Aspen.
Picture the sign.
Evan Farms across from Boulder Road.
Okay.
It is,
You only saw the sign.
but the access to this parcel, there's a break in there between 113, which is why they access off of Aspen.
Just realize
Just price it down.
I'm not very big into doodly-doo.
That's fine. You can
So-
call the number.
When my daughter's with me,
Okay.
I'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you.
Hello. Hi. My turn.
Yeah.
My name is Christina Malat, and I live at 360 Maple Grove Road. And I also am here about a Class 6 road, coincidentally. The flood that occurred last month on June 10th severely damaged my property. I lost my septic, which is probably the most catastrophic, not to mention the driveway and a shed full of things. Luckily, my house wasn't damaged directly. But my concern is that the Class 6 road directly across from my street, from my property, Fadden Logging bought it last winter and logged it, and in order to log it, they greatly altered the road right where it crosses on Maple Grove. So they built up the road, they widened it, took down trees, and then built up a drainage. There's also a wetland right there. So my concern is during the flood, so the creek comes down along the Class 6 road and then crosses under the road, Maple Grove Road, and onto my property. So when the flood came, the water actually was diverted from the culvert by that logging road across Maple Grove Road onto my property. And I believe that Fadden Logging is directly responsible for the damage done to my property. So I want it on record. I've already spoken to several members of the council. Mike came by my property as well as Dylan. So just want to move forward with how do we, I'm wondering too if Fadden had a responsibility to put the road back the way it was after they were done logging. They significantly altered the way that the water flowed. I'm also thinking about the clear cut at the top of the mountain and how that altered the stream flow as well. So anything that the town can do to help me move that process forward, I would appreciate it. Thank
What
you.
was the name of the class 6 road?
I'm not sure.
Amy Kennett Road.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What's it called? I'm sorry.
Amy Kennett Road, AMI.
That connects to East Madison too, doesn't
It
it?
does,
Yeah.
it's a little horseshoe. Kind of.
Dylan,
Yes. I have a kayak. And then somebody stole my kayak off the side of the road.
I drove by after we met with them.
Expect the same thing happening.
You can see where the damage was. Nicole and I both went,
I went over
looked at the
today.
property after we met this morning. And you can see where the water just flows, comes across our road, then went onto your property. Again, it comes straight down that hill now. It's still flowing a lot today. I mean, that's a pretty significant stream through there.
So it's a pretty significant change to the road too.
Mhm.
Went from a cow path. You know, we all know that Madison flooded just a few years ago. Prior to the logging, and my property was not affected
Mhm.
by that flood. Certainly there are other circumstances, but I do find it interesting that the logging road was not there.
All right, so we have to tie this back to the intent to cut from Fathom.
We lost the Little Tykes Ladybug cruiser downstream, but I recovered it.
Go.
Actually, we lost a gas cap and an antenna, but it still drives pretty good.
Oh,
Did we get your Ladybug cruiser?
Restored to its original condition or better. Okay, that's kind of some. The signs that determine, see, I think that may be the issue. They need to solve it or something in there based on this. So I think we need to follow up with that.
yeah.
I agree.
Okay, so,
Do we make a motion?
I would say so. Anyone would like to make such a motion?
I can make a motion since I went and saw the property today. I would like to make a motion that we follow up with the logging company to ensure compliance with the logging agreement, especially in the condition of the roads, restoring it, the culverts, and that type of thing.
And whether that's a town regulation, would that go through Bob?
Yeah, how, Mike, what do you think? Should Bob be the enforcement for that, or question the logging company?
It's an interesting question. On this point, though, I recall discussions when the intent was issued that the former director of DPW went out and I presume took before photos, which is typically done when Class 6 roads are being used by loggers. I don't know if that actually happened. I assume it did, but where those photos might be, if they're on a town system somewhere, that would be helpful.
Dylan, you didn't happen to see anything on the on the DPW computer?
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Okay,
Alternatively, however, across the road is this how the road looks. Basically, you can look left and say, this is what it looks like now. Obviously, water's gonna come flying down it. To where what it looked like before is directly across. If you looked, I don't know if you saw the little arrow,
mm-hmm,
it was basically just a path.
yeah.
And now it's this big wide road.
Now it's a
coming-
wide road.
Coming down the mountain, which should be, water should be adequately addressed, in my opinion. Especially given our recent circumstances the last 4 years.
Right, but with the statements previously made, you could argue that that activity made the situation worse, and if you
Mhm.
you can prove it best with photographs. Even as rustic as the access was before, we didn't have a problem with water across the street. With the quote-unquote improvements made the situation worse.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, 100%. And there was no water bars, I didn't see water bar, I didn't see anything.
No,
I
there was
just saw
no
big
dams
wide
or
road.
anything there to prevent the water from flowing
Yeah.
onto our property.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a motion on the table.
We do, and as Jim just pointed out,
Yeah.
enforcement, according to the logging on Class 6 roads regulation, Selectmen will enforce this regulation through the road agent or DPW, a code enforcement officer, and/or Madison Police Department. So, Jim, unless you have something to add, we can give it to Bob and Dylan to follow up on.
Well, we'll get a second though?
Yeah,
Motion.
but just to clarify that
Yeah,
that's,
just-
the motion is to have the follow-up through Bob and
Yeah,
Dylan.
I'll add that to my motion, that Bob and or Dylan will follow up
And
to
together.
reach out to the logging company and the property owner to try to resolve this issue.
And possibly bring us back
Yes.
Yeah.
a response.
Yeah, let us know how it goes, okay?
How's that work now that the property's been sold?
What property, the property
The
that was
logging
logged
company
has
does
been
not own it anymore?
sold. But they were responsible for the logging.
I
And the
would say they're
road
still responsible
altercation.
for it.
I would say
To
so
me.
too.
Yeah, they're the ones who signed the agreement, right? The logging company, so I would think they would be liable for any changes or damages.
The town usually receives a bond for a class 6 road. I know they used to, but I think maybe you changed that,
Well, I'll second Joe's motion.
so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay?
All in favor?
Aye.
You know, it does mention in the regulation
Okay.
about,
Thank you.
So Dylan and Bob Boyd, the
Bob
code
Boyd.
enforcement, will work with you to see what we can do to address, you know, the issue where the water's coming down to your property.
I appreciate that.
it says requirements of performance bond may be required, but we don't know what it was.
Mhm.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right, thank you. All right, any other public comment? Okay. Department heads, chief?
Michael first?
Oh.
Did you want to get out of here?
What's that?
Did you want to get out
No,
of here?
Mike has a
15.
Yeah.
short deadline.
Well, I was going left to right. We go
Okay.
right to left?
I already missed it.
Well then, we were busy. Yeah, we had a busy weekend. We're keeping up with it. We had a couple minor incidents with fireworks over the weekend. I guess there's not a big following on Madison TV, but I will say that fireworks are still illegal per the ordinance, even though they're illegal in New Hampshire, or they're legal in New Hampshire. If we get called to them, you will get a visit from us if we find the source of them, and we'll address it appropriately. I think I made a note to Lucia about the Dodge Charger Cruiser is all set to go, no
Yes.
problems.
In total was about $1,200-ish.
Maybe, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think,
something like that.
did they
Yes,
send it to you?
that's fantastic.
What else? Officer Shackford's doing well in the academy. He just started week 10, so he's got a graduation in August 21st. So it'll be here before he knows it, which is nice. Other than that, he's good to go.
Thank you. Rec? I'm going left to right.
Oh, okay. Everything's going great. Summer camp's cranking along. We are in week 3. Yeah, lots of kids. It's a younger group this year. Yeah,
Nice.
I think that's it.
Someone had asked policy on prioritization of town versus
Yep.
non-residential, residents versus non-residents.
Yep.
I think the general gist of it has always been priority for residents.
Definitely. Yeah.
So,
Yep. I opened up the registration in March,
yeah.
and it's Madison only until
Oh, summer camp is completely Madison only?
well, for a month or two. You
Mhm.
know, I usually try and give them like at least 6 weeks to 8 weeks of just Madison. Trying to give the chance to everybody.
We usually fill up with just Madison.
Yeah, and this year we definitely didn't.
Oh, okay.
I was a little concerned actually. I think at the time where I switched over to Freedom, there was about 20 kids. I was like, ooh, okay, we gotta amp this up a little bit.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, opened it up to Freedom. I believe we even have like a Tamworth kid in there that couldn't get in with his own. So it just, yeah, filled up quickly at that point. Freedom is, and I still had people reaching out. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I mean, next year I already want to add on a counselor and just make it bigger, better, all of it. Because I hate saying no. Even with sports, everybody's always like, 32 kids, huh? Like, yep. Sorry. So, yes.
Yes.
Madison is always first, though, 100%.
So that if you opened it up in March, it wasn't open to other towns till the middle of May, or end
Right.
of May,
Probably the end of April, maybe?
end of April.
I have to look, but yeah.
And just from, I think I sent you a message
Yeah.
because I had a call at home. Somebody who didn't get in, they're bumping into families that are added weeks. And I didn't know what the policy was on priority, that someone who couldn't get in would be, if they would be offered that because they're adding them like last week. And
Yeah.
she was saying, the mom was saying that she's like, I've been trying to get in since May because I thought the registration was in May. And she didn't know what the policy was. Do people that didn't get in at all get an option to go to those weeks?
Yes.
Or do
I just
people that are
called
already
two
there?
people yesterday and today
Okay.
to try and get them in.
Okay.
Hopefully it's one of your people. I'm not sure,
Hopefully,
but
yeah.
I just brought in 4 more kids,
Okay.
maybe 4 more kids. Yeah, because again, I don't like that.
It looks like the kids are having a blast.
They are.
The
They
format of
are.
what
We
many
had a scavenger
beach days
hunt
this
at the
week
lake
seems to-
today.
Yep.
It's like a treasure hunt because
Mhm.
this week is Ocean Week. So they had to look for these little gems and everything. But yeah, we were the only ones there. It was amazing. We had the whole beach to ourselves. We try and stay in our lane though. Try and share. But yes, yes, it's been great.
Thank you.
Yes.
Other updates?
I don't think so.
That's enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you. Mr. Brooks?
On the tax side, we did get the big wire came in this morning, so we're up to 81.36% for PO1 with the due date coming this Thursday. So looking good, but usually it's a little bit higher than that, but we still have the rest of this week to be on time. Coming up on August 18th is the deeding. We're down to 11 properties on the list. And I have been contacted by only one on the list that has indicated that he's gonna be paying, but haven't seen the payment yet, so I'll be chasing them down for the next month. And I prepared a spreadsheet with what I'm tracking so far for the emergency repairs on the June 11th storm damage. And on the left-hand side, the roads are categorized, in blue are the paved roads, in green are roads that have a combination of pavement and gravel, and the red is all gravel. And don't need to read it line by line, but I've indicated basically the expenses that we incurred through contractors that helped us with the emergency repairs. And tracking on down to the bottom, you can see that we're currently at a total of $338,157.37. And to the best of our knowledge, we have all of the invoices from all of the contractors that provided assistance, so there's not gonna be any surprises coming out from anywhere. So that's just where we are to get us where we are today. And you can see that for the most part, there's only 4 roads on the list where emergency repairs haven't been complete. And this was updated this morning. I haven't had a chance to talk to Dylan since the completion of today's work. There may be a chance that a couple of these got completed today. But in all respects, all of the town roads are accessible to vehicle traffic, and some of the roads aren't the greatest where the larger repairs are made. The gross repairs were made with 1.5-inch gravel, so that's a little bit rougher than the 3/4-inch compacted that folks are accustomed to. But it's gonna take some time for them to get around all of the roads that are to make the final repairs. I did last hear from Senator McConkey yesterday, and he'd spoken with some powers to be at the state level, and he indicated to me that he'd seen a number north of $3 million. So it would seem that the emergency declaration is gonna happen. It's a matter of when is the governor gonna make it. And I don't know exactly, typically, the governor and council meet on Wednesday, so maybe tomorrow. But it's gotta be done this week, because the 30 days will hit on Friday or Saturday.
Do we have any way of finding out if we're on their agenda?
I don't even know, I mean, I could find out, but I don't even know if they meet, but this is an item, I don't know how the state works, but it has to happen this week, so.
It's done by proclamation, which can be done anytime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is Senator McConkey gonna, how can we, because it sounds like we're at a time crunch,
Oh,
we only have,
Well, we're under, there's no time crunch, we needed to know that the declaration's gonna happen. That just means we're gonna get some help financially, which is the good thing.
is there any follow-up that we can do this week?
No.
Yeah,
Sounds
there's
like
not
they're
much
on
you
it.
can do.
Okay.
Next thing that's gonna happen is, we've done our preliminary damage assessments. Dylan and I did that with the FEMA folks and people from the state, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. The next thing, they're gonna bring the team in again, and we'll have to sit down with them and start officially filling out project paperwork and different, all manner of administrative requirements. So, but the first thing is to get the declaration, so FEMA can assign a team, and then they'll come to town again. And it's just gonna be the same process we went through 2 years ago, but we are a little bit ahead of the game, being that we got the preliminary damage assessments officially already done, so it's just gonna be a matter of moving forward toward, getting things completed. And we're gonna be, I already talked to Dylan this morning that we need to try to get an idea on what work is remaining that needs to be done, what are the bigger things that we may need to consider contracting out, because our DPW has done a phenomenal job with everything that they've done all along the way, but I think common sense would tell you there's no way in the world our four-man department, some of the stuff they can't tackle because of the what's involved with it, number one, because we got a couple bridges that need some work, that it's gonna make sense to have a contractor do that. And it's just the volume of repairs that need to be made. Obviously, we wanna get as much as possible done before winter. And it's just gonna be a lot of discussions going forward, and how we actually execute the work that needs to get done. But there's nothing to get terribly excited about. DPW's working 40 hours a week plus, and they're working away with the work that they can get done. And get this declaration, get FEMA on board, get the official paperwork started, so we get an idea of, because the biggest thing we want to do is, depending on how they break the projects up, the ones that we can get done the quickest, just get them done. We can get stuff submitted and start getting reimbursed at a smaller scale, rather than waiting for everything to get done and get a lump sum, because that could take longer, obviously.
Michael and Dylan, have you been tracking all the labor, the fuel, equipment maintenance, materials?
Is that important?
No, I just
Yeah.
want to
I've got-
confirm, yeah.
I've got 14 tabs at the bottom of this spreadsheet.
Okay, that's what I'm asking, just so for the FEMA reimbursement,
Yeah,
we're ready to
I'm
go.
on
and we
on
claim
top of it
every
to
expense.
the best of my
Yeah.
ability.
So the projects that might be, Dylan, or you might have in mind for bid, getting, subbing out, should we start RFPs on those, so we can review them?
I feel,
Or something, like pick them and
so
get that ball rolling?
So as I understand it, FEMA's gonna reimburse us up to 75% to get the roads where they were before the catastrophic event. But we obviously, I think, need to think about improvements beyond where they were. So a couple things I'm wondering is, do we need engineers involved? Like, do we have T2, UNH T2 people who can help us? North Country Council has, folks who do like those road surveys. Can we pull in resources that can do some of that kind of engineering work? to help us make them better than they were, but also to kind of do a layered approach where we, yes, we get it to where it was to get the FEMA reimbursement, but in doing that, can we be literally laying the groundwork for improvements? So, I don't know, just kind of,
We don't get to make that choice. There's certain mitigation that they will allow in the process of the repairs if it's something that, well, take for example, the big culvert on Modoc Hill Road that we weren't successful in getting assistance with for the reasons previously discussed. We had an issue again. The culvert didn't get damaged, obviously, but we lost all the road gravel again, et cetera, and so on. Walking out there looking at that damage with the team that was here, suggestions were made that, well, you should consider some relief culverts where the water approaches the road before it turns to go into the culvert. That would be mitigation that they may allow, but it doesn't require engineering. It's a matter of putting some, they call them relief culverts, further down the road so that when the water gets high, water will go through those culverts rather than breaching the road. But it's stuff like that.
yeah, it was-
That was a ghost.
But bigger stuff that like a new bridge or something like that, it's not mitigation, it's nothing that they're gonna reimburse us for restoring to pre-disaster condition with.
I guess I'm just thinking in terms of knowing that we need to do improvements, is there a way to restore it to pass the FEMA restoration test? But at the same time, we do it A instead of B, so that if we, both would restore it to previous conditions, but doing it B just gives us that little, prepares us to do improvements. That's just my thought process. So,
Like sets us up.
yeah. Rather than, okay, we got it to where it was, but now we kind of have to deconstruct a little bit to make it better. Is there any way to just build basic improvements into getting it back to where it was that will help us get it to better?
That'll be conversations that we have when we get the FEMA team here, because they'll have all of the mitigation specialists and everything. They'll be able to tell us from the get-go what we may or may not be able to do in this process.
What types of detail do they get into? I mean, I suppose two questions. The first is, do we ever get supposedly there's an engineering study that they owed us from the 2023 failure of 113?
No.
Or no?
Let's
There's
stop there.
rumors of that.
Nobody owed us anything.
Okay,
In the
I think Jake said that.
2023 event, immediately after that, the state initiated a full-blown H&H study of the Colby Hill watershed, for lack of a better way to say it.
okay.
And they brought a team of engineering type folks with drones, the whole 9 yards, and they mapped it, they did this, they did that.
Mhm.
I simply asked them this time around, whatever happened with that, and we had a separate meeting the week after the event where the state brought in 11 state engineers plus 4 from Stantec, who is an engineering firm they've hired to redesign 113, and they laid the plan on the table and we had discussion about it, and there's certainly, the state is open to sharing any information they have with us, and we're going to inform them of any changes that we make on Colby Hill Road with respect to culvert sizing and anything that impacts their plans. So there will be some cross-communication going forward in that area, because obviously nothing the state does really doesn't impact Colby Hill, but it does impact Tacomia Drive and Boulder Road. So they're going to share that information with us going forward.
So do we have the results from their assessment of Colby Hill in 2023?
We don't have it, no. They put it on the table and took it with them when they left.
So is that something that we can get?
We can, but we don't have any engineers that it wouldn't do us any good.
Well, we would want as much data, as many data points, as much information as possible if we have to look at doing
I think
it.
it's more for 113 alone. I don't think it's any of our roads.
No, it doesn't.
Just the state.
Yeah,
doesn't
the
help.
state usually is very on their own thing, so I don't think it would really be any help to us.
One quick question, and it's related to the 338K. How are we sitting on funding to pay these bills, since our manifest, we just sent 300K to the school, that type
We're
of thing?
getting like 200 of that back for the grant for the truck.
Okay,
We don't have any more payments for the school until they release the schedule again, which they haven't contacted us about. So we're hoping to get the rest of our taxes brought
Well,
in.
we have enough funds right now to cover these
Yes.
invoices?
Yes, we do. But you should hold a public hearing. Which we can talk about at the storm repair updates.
Okay. No, it's just, it's a large bill, and I'm
Mhm.
just worried on where we're gonna get the funding to cover these invoices.
Yes.
Did you have anything else for us, Mike?
That's it.
Any department heads do we have out there?
Dylan.
Dylan!
Man of the hour here.
I don't know about that. Michael hit it right on the head. We're doing as much as we can, trying to get the bad places and then work on the other roads. I mean, there's a lot of gravel to put back, a lot. And Coleman's is so far away, and we gotta bring it here to stockpile it, so we have enough to work the next day. And there's just a lot. We've been working on lead line. We've got the half of the back half gravelled, and we're gonna ditch and gravel the other back half tomorrow. Like he said, a lot of it is the 1.5 inch stone. It's bigger rock. It's just the emergency repair until we can get the 3/4 over it, but it's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of time for all of these roads, not just that road. Small things, the swim lines we got put in at Nichols Beach last week. The raft is in at the head of the lake. The 420 backhoe is back in service and at the transfer station. Yeah, the new truck from the grant, the clean diesel grant, should be at O'Connor's in a week or two, which then the paperwork will be brought here for signing and for payment. And then from there, the truck will go to Fairfields to be outfitted, as it was already set up that way. Colby Hill, all the cross culverts were either cleaned or replaced. And then the big thing is all this paving that has to be done before winter. Patches, Colby Hill, one side needs to be completely ground all the way to the top and repaved, and then where the cross pipes were dug out and replaced, those need to be paved, along with East Madison Road, High Street, all these places. So that brings me, it's gonna tie into this next point, a warrant article paving. I would like to see us continue in paving Town Line, Mooney Hill, and doing Deer Drive. If we don't, we've already put Mooney Hill off 2 years. Mooney Hill is the only one that sustained any damage, and it was very minor. So it's just my thought that we should continue with that, and Pike has offered, where we've already contracted with them to do our paving, they've offered to pave in these spots as well for us on East Madison Road and vice versa.
For the same cost, for the contract, or the bid we already have?
And they won't be
On the Mooney Hill Road, there are some areas that were damaged that are down to gravel. So they'll repair those for the same cost as well,
Well, probably what would happen is the patches, we would patch in where it was, broken, and then they would go in.
they'll top coat it again,
Yeah.
as we had planned to do this year before the storm.
Correct.
Okay.
Can you get them to write up something about where you think.
I
it
certainly
should-
can,
Yeah,
yes.
that, we'd like to look at that so that we know
Yep.
what we're
I
talking
mean,
about.
I haven't met with him to go over any of these spots yet.
Right,
It was merely to discuss whether that's something we want to move forward with, is have them looking at it and
right.
give us a price on paving these in before winter.
It doesn't hurt to get a price, for sure. If you don't mind.
Because Town Line Road that didn't sustain any damage, so they could put the top coat on that one as well.
And Deer Drive wasn't,
Deer Drive was fine as well.
And they'll be right in town.
and they're in Tamworth and Conway right now.
Okay, do you know what their schedule is, when they would show up to do this or start this work?
From what I have heard from him, Mooney Hill and Town Line can be a go anytime.
Okay.
Deer Drive would be August, because they have to reclaim it.
Mhm.
All right, so hold on, just trying to tie this back to the warrant articles. So we had Article 11 for chip sealing.
That, we put a stop to that. All, those roads were all damaged.
Okay. All right, so that's 134,000.
That will be there for next year, yes.
Okay. Then the next one was 267,700 for paving of Mooney Hill, Town Line, and Deer Drive. And that's going to proceed as planned.
I would like it to, yeah.
Yep,
Mhm.
okay.
And keep in mind, we still have 18,000 left over from last year that we can use for Town Line.
Okay.
Okay.
And then 25,500 for crack filling
That's all done.
High Street, so that part's all done.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
some left, there's, what, 14,000 left over in there?
Out of the 25,000? Excellent. So the 134 is on hold, and are we at the 260,700 for, or are we going to be at, you think, for Mooney Town and Deer?
Say that again?
No.
Sorry, huh?
That was their proposal, right?
That was-
What was their price?
220.
Oh, that's right, okay. All right, so, and we went with one company for all three?
Yes.
Yeah, first, okay. So basically what you're talking about is instead of using the 134 to do those roads, changing it, kind of using that money. We have to have a town meeting and I think change possibly.
No, he's just talking about paving. The paving one that you just read for 200 something.
Yeah,
Just to
Pave those
continue
three
to do
roads.
that.
That
Right,
work
right,
would
right.
continue.
right.
Yeah.
But you
But
were
then
talking about
The
using.
emergency paving would, I believe, it would fall under the FEMA.
Right.
The patches around
Oh,
town,
okay.
Colby Hill, all that we'd have to pay for it from somewhere.
Right.
But
Mhm.
it would fall under the FEMA reimbursement.
Right. And then they're offering to,
They're offering to do it for us while they're here.
yeah, okay.
So that's why I said if you can get a price.
Yeah, if you can get an updated price to do the patching
I'll
work.
get a separate price for
Yeah,
that
Okay,
that'd
patching.
be
perfect.
great.
Yeah, then we'd have that for the FEMA accounting anyway. Yeah, it would be broken out.
I'll get it to you as soon as I can meet you.
All right. So, we're
And then
gonna,
we do have 100,000 for road reclamation and rehabilitation capital reserve fund if needed.
okay.
That's already been raised appropriately at pretty much.
So Dylan has concurrence to proceed with the paving that we've discussed, as we already signed the contract.
Yeah,
with-
there's nothing from us
Okay.
required because it's.
Okay,
it's
so I just want to make sure we're clear.
I just
that-
want to make sure
Yeah.
you're back.
Dylan,
that you're all good.
Dylan's good to
Yeah.
go with that paving
All
work. Okay.
Right.
So Article 13 completed, Article 12 proceeding, and Article 11 on hold.
Well, most likely they're gonna wanna do everything
At once,
continuously.
most likely.
Mhm.
It would make the most
So we'll get those
sense.
prices and then we can make a choice then.
I'll call
When are
you.
when are we thinking for the Mooney Town Line and Deer?
Right now, we said
They're here.
He can do Mooney and Town Line at any time.
Deer
Okay.
Drive was August.
Deer Drive was August because of the reclaiming schedule that they have.
Okay.
However, what he's saying is if we want them to also fix
Right.
what's broken,
Right.
they're not gonna come do that, leave, and then come back and do
Right.
those patches.
Right.
They're gonna do it all
So-
at
If
the
they
same
want to
time.
come in August
Yeah.
and do everything that we
August,
have,
so
The whole list, yeah.
right.
We have until
Where they're
August.
gonna have to reclaim that
That
right
makes sense.
inside of Colby going up, they may want to just come in August.
So it
and do
would
it
just
all.
be Colby, or it would be other,
With the
And
reclaim,
Wisconsin.
that you would use them for,
everything.
Everything.
It would be everywhere.
All the roads everywhere.
All the
On that
FEMA
list,
stuff.
any road that is paved that has
Right.
damage,
Yes.
We'll be fixing the damage.
we
That
fix
they-
the
We,
damage.
right, we would prep the area for them to, you know, pave it, and they would just come in and pave it.
No, that sounds good. Then get it done before the cold weather starts to come in,
So we have to August.
you know.
Right. So the next meeting, maybe they can get us a price for the rest.
Oh, I would assume,
Yeah.
for sure, I would have a place by next meeting.
get bids.
Yeah, are you gonna put it out for bid though too?
You have to,
So, you'd put it out to bid now too.
yeah. Can you do an
Yeah.
RFP for that?
I can figure something out.
If you have it like marked somehow for all the different areas.
Yeah, we'd have to meet with, yeah,
That would take some time.
yeah.
Okay. All right, you good on that?
Yep.
All right, thank you, Dylan. Anything else? Okay, Rob?
No, I'm good, no.
Okay, all right.
That's it.
All right, thank you, department heads. Discussion item, new business, was foot of the lake with Bill Jones.
I suggest you postpone indefinitely until he contacts us.
I'll accept a motion to postpone the foot of the lake discussion with Bill Jones indefinitely until he contacts us.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Phew. Old business, hey, storm repair updates.
So when can you do a public hearing?
When do you want us to do a public hearing?
That's up to you when you're
Can we
available.
do it at the next meeting?
Yeah.
You have enough time to notice and all that?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's at your meeting, so it's already noticed.
7:21.
Yep,
7/21.
7/21.
And this will be on the amount for the repairs, the emergency repairs.
Mhm.
We need to make a motion to have said public hearing. Is it required, or is it just as safe?
You guys just need to do one, so if you set one up, that's fine.
All right, so we would do a public hearing 2 weeks from today during the select board meeting to discuss the dollar amounts for road repairs. And we just kind of went through the updates. Thank you to Mike and Dylan. All right, anything else on that one, guys? All right, next item, farmer's market insurance requirements. Who do we have the information from?
Well, I sent you guys an email.
How did I miss? I mean, you sent us a lot of emails, but for my request. 11 emails. Which one was that?
It was just the other day.
Yeah. Was from Cordell. I sent it to you too.
Thank Dylan, thank you.
so,
Yeah.
I remember, right?
I remember, yeah.
So it's up
So-
to you guys on what you wanna do.
It's- Comes down to how much risk we want to assume.
Yeah, so what you guys wanna waive or if you don't wanna waive anything.
How many, you numbers are growing and of attendees.
Yes.
Are they all, and they're all insured attendees?
The confirmed ones
Yeah.
are insured.
Yeah.
And then I have some that would like to vend and they are uninsured. Some of them are uninsured.
They're not, the uninsured people selling food products or anything, that was one of the topics Cordell brought up.
Mm-hmm.
Because of food safety, if somebody got sick, you know. So are they selling any kind of food product or?
That seems to be the
For
stickers.
That seems to be the point, yeah.
For dogs. Yes, there's one vendor that is selling dog treats, but like somebody emailed me today just wanting to sell like bags, little bags and like keychains that they make. So if I say, if you're selling food, then you need to have a product liability or a GL.
It's up to them on what they wanna waive.
Okay, I could do that.
That'd be fine.
I think the concern with the food product, one is the preparation and the temperature control, you know, on any kind of meat product, a dairy product.
Yeah, it
And
has to be
you
food
know,
safe.
It has to be, yeah, serve safe, food
Serve
safe,
safe, yeah.
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 How, again, I'm not sure, in Tamworth and, you know, other farmers markets, you know, the people that are selling crafts basically, or, you know, like you say, the keychains or knit products or books or something,
Yeah.
do they usually carry the insurance? What, do those farmers markets?
I'm
make
not
the-
sure.
yeah.
Some of them suggest it. Like Tamworth suggests having a liability policy, but it's also not held on town property. It's held at a church.
That's true.
The Mount
And then-
Washington Valley one, apparently everybody has to have $1 million.
Yeah, and
Is
that's
it? Okay.
two entities. Those are both nonprofits.
Yeah.
So it's a nonprofit renting a nonprofit
Mhm.
community center. So I was trying to like figure that out. I don't know what the town normally does for its craft fairs or
Home week.
Old Home Week
Yeah, Old
rec,
Home Week. and
or
things,
like
I'm
the
not sure.
PTO. I was there at Old Home Week for the planning board, so I didn't have to have an insurance policy, and I'm not sure. I could reach out to Kate Stanley and ask her.
Have we got
But I
the
didn't-
guidance
I don't
from
think there was
Primex at
a-
all on,
Yeah, it's
Uh,
the same thing that Cordell sent.
Yeah.
They've said the same thing.
Yeah, so they're suggesting to have a 1 million, 2 million liability policy for anybody who is vending. So the waiver would
Okay.
be for those preparing food or preparing food, cold food.
I almost want to say kind of along the same lines as the FDA. If it goes
Yeah.
into or touches your body, honestly, like if somebody was doing henna tattoos, you are
Yeah.
having direct contact with someone's skin, and that could be
Mhm.
a. Do you know what I mean? And so
Okay.
I feel like,
So food products.
and I
need
don't know if
that.
anybody would be doing anything inherent that would have an inherent risk to it.
well, we had mentioned
I
like the
don't think
pony
so.
rides at
Yeah, it's
petting
like
zoo.
that.
You know, if somebody
Yeah.
fell off the horse or got bit by an animal or something,
Yeah.
you know, we that vendor would need to have a liability policy.
Okay, and that was one of my outstanding things. So that was for the general. So my other waiver request was to be allowed to have the animals, and depending on insurance, that was going to kind of determine that, help you guys determine that.
Did Primex
So-
say anything about animals?
It was just the same general, like,
It was just
everybody
the
should
same
have
rate.
insurance.
They
Okay.
should have it.
No, I know, I'm not trying to be harsh to you or anything, but
No,
if
no.
somebody gets hurt, you know, the goat bites somebody or they fall off a horse or something, you know what I mean, they potentially come after the town.
You can get single day insurance from an insurance company. That's what they
Yeah.
recommended.
Like
It's like
event.
an event insurance.
And then have to list the town as an,
Yes.
As
Yes.
an insured,
Sure.
yeah, and provide a certificate,
Yep.
you know, that it says town of Madison is insured, you know, under the policy.
Okay. And then, yeah, so my two other waivers were if the animals are allowed to come. So that was on you guys to
Where
we
did
talked
we
let me
about,
know.
I think we talked about it not on the field.
Not on the
Yeah.
ball
In-
fields.
Just in the parking lot for the ride or something, I think that's how we.
Okay.
Yeah, even the
Landing.
flat area there, that's not on the ball field where the kids are playing,
Like they were worried
or
about.
Heather's rec program, we don't want the kids
Right.
rolling in the grass where the
Right.
animals are, so,
Right.
yeah.
That makes
So
sense.
what space do they have then?
Well, kind of down near the community garden, isn't there
just
that
rent out
area
one
to the left there?
Yeah, they can,
Kind of a park.
It's not
I wouldn't stick them in the field or
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
like that. Okay,
That lower part right
so,
next to the lower
Yeah.
Yeah,
entrance?
Yeah.
and I haven't heard back from her, so I don't know if she's still interested or like summer's
Mhm.
really busy.
You would also have to check with the community garden if they have regulations about how close an animal can
Be to their
be
food.
to their food.
yeah.
They're raised beds though, they're not touching any ground.
Yeah, I think it's fenced off too, but yeah.
all right.
And then my last one outstanding was the alcohol consumption, is it allowed? And that was based off of insurance as well, or that was going to help inform you.
We waive it for Old Home Week.
Yes.
And What?
I'm just laughing if we waived it every Sunday, you know? Oh.
Yep.
Softball.
3 to 6
softball.
for our.
And that was
Just for that.
mostly for
Tasting, right?
Tasting.
Tasting if somebody has
yeah.
meat
It was
or
kind of like a
something.
3-tiered thing. I was
Yeah.
asking you guys for a lot. So I was asking one if it could be sold, and you said closed container sales is okay with liability, and then the being able to have taste testers in a certain area, being allowed to sell it as if you were a bartender, and then if not, BYOB Old Home Week,
Right.
and then or nothing.
Almost letting vendors serve is safer than BYOB because they will control how much they sell. Like they will
Yeah.
not serve someone who is.
They're responsible for that.
Yeah.
Overly intoxicated or something.
Right.
Again, as long as the vendors have
Fails to
the
slow
state
maybe.
licensing, as far as like a liquor, beer, wine license, or
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I mean? If they're in compliance. But I don't know, I can't support like having, I'll call it a beer garden or something there. Where
Okay.
people are sitting openly drinking, then they're gonna be driving and that type of thing. I mean, I'm just afraid of the liability there.
So we're fine with tastings.
Yeah, I think somebody, if you go to like Tamworth, there's people they're selling, wines and things. I think that is, that's okay to sell, but I don't want to set up like a beer garden or something there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right. And again, noting that it is definitely.
You know
the
me, I'm just
vendor-
like, right, liability free, enter at your own risk.
Yeah.
No, but
It's the
Be
vendor's.
personally responsible.
it's a vendor's responsibility. Again, they have to be in compliance and have their insurance, the state.
Yeah, and
License,
they
liquor
actually have to
license.
come before their licenses have to go to you to sign off on, so you
as
would
long
know
as
if anybody
They're
comes.
good with New Hampshire Liquor, Commission or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
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 So what specific questions do we still need answered?
Yeah, what do we owe
You
you?
could just answered them.
All?
So no beer garden, yes on tasting with liability and proper licensing, and then yes on petting zoo if it's in the correct area
Correct.
with liability.
Yeah.
And then
Pairing it
every,
with the community garden.
And the rec,
Yes.
run it by Heather, because we don't want to put the animals where the kids are gonna play.
yeah, we'll work on that. And then,
They all rake up. And
They
I'm
rake
fine
up,
with
they
beer
clean
garden, by
up,
the way,
yeah.
for the record. I'm fine with all the
I
gardens.
like
think
what you just
the
said.
I'm
the
fine
rec
with it
committee was
because
fine with the
people
beer
are
garden because
crazy
they're not
in town
working.
Center, on the record,
Yeah.
liability free, and fine with beer garden, everyone's responsible for their own damn pets.
That's one person.
So-
We make a
You
sign that
have
says
my
that.
vote in that, I just want to say that.
Yeah.
Let's make a sign.
And then
People want a place to meet in Madison, they say it over and over and over and over, so the
Right.
more socially minded this can be, it's checking off more boxes from all those studies we just did.
Because could there be a limit to it? Obviously, like you get 2 tickets, or you get, I don't know. I know we're probably opening a big.
yeah, we'll just.
It's 3 hours, I don't see
Well,
any
their-
problem
it's
that can
their
happen.
Liquor
The licensing
license
and
would
discussion of
cover
the
over
servers.
serving and all of that. They can't do that. So
Okay.
they lose their license if they do
Okay.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have all their checks in place.
And
I
then,
know.
yes, insurance for consumptive and
For food products.
Yes.
for anything consumed.
Okay. Yes.
And, or,
Applied, right?
yeah, consumed or applied. Yeah.
Or apply.
I'm sorry, Tia, I'm old and
Does that make sense?
conservative. I just want to make sure the town is protected as well. I'm not against having a good
Yeah.
time. I think this is great. I mean, I'll attend
And-
as well.
And if someone
Awesome.
is doing
Yeah.
something that might have an inherent risk, like horseback riding,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I don't think that it will be actually riding the pony. I think it would just be like a
Petting zoo.
petting zoo type thing.
Okay.
But even still, that has a certain inherent risk.
It does, yes.
Ask a girl who's had 22 stitches in it because of a pony.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
So there's an inherent risk even just petting one.
Yes, yeah, thank you guys. I know I was asking for a lot just to get this set up
Yep.
and putting you through it. And Lucia, thank you for going back and forth with town and council and insurance companies for me. I appreciate it.
Next year will be smoother, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just getting it started.
Yeah.
We have
We'll have to
like
tweak some things.
Yeah.
10 vendors. We have nonprofits, and I went to the nonprofits also that we give them tax money as a donation. So so far, Children Unlimited is coming, and then Gibson Center is considering it too. So it's open for crafters, nonprofits, and of course farmers. So, yeah.
Since
That's
we're on
great.
Mad
That's
TV,
awesome.
can you remind people of the day and time? and
Yeah, sure.
When
So
your opening day is?
Yep, opening day is Sunday. It's 3 to 6 at Burke.
Okay.
This
This
Sunday.
coming Sunday.
Yes.
Come
Yeah.
to our first town,
Farmers market.
farmers
Yeah.
market.
So
There you go.
exciting.
Support our people.
Thank you for Madison Rec. Thank you to Tia for
Yes.
everybody working
She's
together
done
on this.
all the
Pretty
work.
awesome.
And thank you to the DPW who went up to Burke and fixed the driveway. So that's
right,
great.
yes, thank you
Because that was a
DPW
big
for
ditch.
another
I was
thing.
like, oh no.
Yeah.
All right. Good?
Good.
Thank you.
Next piece was the motion to accept the donation of land, map 263, lot 2,
Yeah,
which is
you
that
guys
little
forgot to do that
tiny-
last time.
Okay.
I thought we did that. Didn't.
You didn't make a motion, you just did the public hearing.
Oh,
No,
okay.
okay. Do we have to
Alright.
do 2 public hearings on that?
You did.
We
You
did.
did
We had our
two public hearings. You
Excellent.
just now need to
Do we
accept
make
the
a
land.
motion to accept, all right,
did.
someone like to
Okay.
make a motion to accept
Okay.
the donation of land for map 263, lot number 2, that little triangular piece over kind of on the
I'll make
Allstate
that
border.
motion. I could have swore we did that though. Say no. I thought we did, but we'll do it again.
The
It's
boss
okay.
says no. So.
I know.
Read the minutes.
Review
the tape.
Right, right.
We'll take.
I'll make that motion again. And I'll say
Second?
again.
Second.
All right, all in favor of accepting that donation of land? say
Aye.
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 Just to get it in there.
Okay, we're official now.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Selectmen's list. So Joe, it's probably you for the Historical Society?
Yeah, this is a follow-up, I don't know, about 3 or 4 meetings ago. Mrs. Martin came in regarding the Madison Historical Society and the lack of fire protection in there. There's no smoke and fire detectors in there. There is a security system in there. But for some reason, I don't know, the system to me looks probably 5, 6, 7 years old. It's a fairly new NAPCO Gemini 1632. There's burglars, motion detectors, the doors, windows, but there's no fire protection. So I met with Linda Smith, Martin, and I forget the treasurers.
Penny Hathaway?
Penny, sorry. I'm losing it today. And Matt from Lakeside Security Systems came. He walked through and he looked at where the smoke detectors, fire detectors need to go. He gave us a cost proposal. There's a total of 12 sensors, wiring. It will interface with the existing system, which is monitored 24/7 by Lakeside Security's Central Alarm Center. So
Are they who currently?
Yes, and they provide the fire department and the town hall.
Yeah.
So we have a contract for 3 separate systems. with-
Okay, for some reason I thought it was a
With
different vendor
Lakeside.
for the Historical Society.
We went through, looked at the building. He gave me a price, and it's $3,599.66, which is a lot higher than what I had initially expected based on phone discussions with Lakeside Security. The big thing that's killing us is 18 hours of labor at $150 an hour. To me, that labor rate seems very high. I was thinking more of the $60 to $70 an hour range for like an alarm technician. So right now, I don't recommend we go with this. We're going to have to probably look at other solutions. It's it's money we don't have right now, and the $3,600. But I am concerned because again, the building has no smoke fire protection. It's a historical building built in 1882 or something. And a lot of the collection in there is irreplaceable, and it's on loan from Madison residents, area residents. And, we do have an obligation to, safeguard that collection. Again, and that, so that keeps me up at night worrying about that. I don't want our fire system to be, people going by, see smoke coming out of the windows, and they call 911. Again, the smoke, fire, heat detectors won't prevent a fire, but they'll give us, 15, 20 minutes of warning, right? And it's centrally monitored so the police and fire can respond. Yeah, I'm not sure how to proceed. I think that
Just
price
get 3
is...
quotes.
Huh?
Get 3 quotes. I know of at least one other vendor
Yeah,
in the area.
and maybe, considering we already had a contract with this company for 3 town systems, I thought they would give us a better price. I can call him back and just say, hey, look, that's well beyond what we can afford.
Oh, let's do 3 quotes,
Yeah.
right? Let's do our due diligence before.
I did see in your email you were talking about wireless sensors.
Yeah, he
Wow.
proposed hardwire, and the sensors, we have one right here, right? That's probably the same one, same company. He recommended hardwire because if you've been into the Madison Historical Society building, that ceiling's probably 14, 15 feet high in there. I mean, it's big, and they'd have to go in annually to change the batteries, on a wireless one, and there would be additional costs for that every year. So he suggested that the higher price up front, hardwire everything in, then we don't have to replace batteries on 12 sensors every year.
Have Nancy, Linda, and Penny seen this?
Yeah, I told her about it already, yeah.
Did they provide any feedback on it?
No, not yet. I told her we were gonna discuss it tonight, but yeah, I'm not comfortable with that price, I think we
Okay.
should look for other quotes.
Right, and that would be following our purchasing policy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's way too high for somebody who has put in hardwire systems. I'm nowhere near it.
No, the requirement is there, it's something we
Yeah.
need to,
So who's
follow
gonna
up
take
with.
this up?
I can, and, we'll see what we can do, and we'll try to get quotes from, I think there's Pope Security, there's others. And first thing I'll try to do is negotiate with Lakeside.
Well, get 3 quotes.
Yeah,
and then
and see where we can go from there.
Yep.
So if we can table this for a future meeting, until we get additional quotes, cost information.
Okay. Do
Is
we
that
need-
fair?
We don't need a motion to
No.
get quotes, because it's just the policy.
Okay, all right.
Do we want, to have an employee do that though? Because Dave is kind of facilities manager? is
Yeah,
that-
you could.
I think Joe's doing a great job.
Okay, all right, I'm just trying.
I know a
not to-
lot about
Second that.
security systems.
I mean, no, it's just a matter of.
He's helping the DPW right now, so let's let.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I didn't
Okay,
want to
just
drag the
wanted to make sure.
DPW into this where they're busy on the roads and everything,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Just wanted to put it out.
Yes,
there.
But
We have
I
a
wanted to
facilities
follow up with-
manager.
No, I know.
Okay.
But Nancy
If
had
they're-
brought this
again,
up.
They're pretty busy, but
Yeah.
if
I just wanted
they're
to-
good with that, I'm good with it.
No, Nancy asked us
Okay.
to look at it, and I just wanted to make sure that, we followed up with her.
Okay. All right, cool. 3 quotes. Do we need a motion to put Joe in charge of getting 3 quotes?
No,
Okay. Joe's in charge of getting 3 quotes. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
it's his list.
All right, selectmen's list. That's it.
It.
Hmm?
Her turn.
My turn.
Administrative list.
Okay, so we don't really have any cell service in town hall,
Correct.
as you know, and or anywhere around town hall. So I've been discussing with several people about potentially, because we have a hard time getting cell service in Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I know that this is something that you guys would have to present to a different board, but potentially getting a cell tower put on town property.
Mm-hmm.
We have all this property that's not being used,
Mhm.
and we have terrible service.
Mm-hmm.
And if to me, it's a safety concern.
Mhm.
If something happens in our building without, me pressing a buzzer, or the school or somebody else, we can't call 911 unless we pick up a hard line, and those are going away.
Yep.
So I would love to be able to reach out to several companies that build towers to say, hey, we're interested in potentially getting, some kind of proposal.
Having just spent 4 hours on the phone 2 different days with my cellular provider trying to get an extender. Yes, please.
Yes,
Yeah.
but we can also make money off of this.
Yes.
I mean, to me, looking over the budget and everything, and knowing that prices are going up and we want to save money.
Always.
Yes, always trying to save money. So I think something that we can look into is actually making money for the town. So we're potentially paying for some of the upgrades that we need, such as IT services and stuff like that. So if we could make it work for us, also, I know that the current one that's in litigation, we were planning on having the top 3 feet be for fire. That was something that had already been worked out. So if we could put that on this instead and, you know, have it work for us, or up in the tower, they can also do one there. I think that would be a huge benefit to the town, and, you know, we'd be making funds from that, which is huge.
Yep.
So I would just like to be able to reach out to some of the companies to get some interest.
Reach out to all of them.
Yeah, there's 4 major ones. I don't know if you know any more of them.
I would say you might want to check with Attorney Sullivan before reaching out to the ones that that have already made proposals to the town that might be involved in litigation, because that might end up being a kind of a conflict of interest. For
Yeah, we're
those.
not. I don't plan on reaching out to the
them.
one that we have litigation with, but yeah, I'll reach out to him to see.
Excellent, thank you.
And if you reach out to him, he might be able to just tell you, because that's what he specializes in. So he
Right.
might be able to tell you 5 different companies that that service this area. That becomes the other issue: is who services this area.
Yes, and then I know that we'd have to go to the zoning board for this as well. So,
Maybe depending on where you want to put it.
well, it would be
Like up behind
somewhere
the
on this
DPW
facility.
barn here or something.
By the solars or
Up near the solar arrays or something.
Well,
We-
again, you have to check
Yeah.
because
Yeah, that would be.
right.
conflict of radiation and
Yeah.
Yeah.
frequencies and all
We're
that stuff.
a high point on the little hill back there. or something.
Yeah.
One of the advantages, I think, as well, it would benefit our police, fire, DPW, because the cell phone companies also offer emergency channels where, like during a storm or a blizzard, where they can
don't
kind of
have
do
those.
they can do a group call. You know what I mean? It's a Verizon has a dedicated, channels that will service like our police and fire. So they could have, active comms, with Carroll County, other departments. And again, we could use the top of the tower for the fire department repeaters. So
And
that's,
police.
and the police
Police.
repeaters, yeah. The radios in the vehicles. So there's a big advantage, I think,
Yes.
to having a tower here, or at least the cell phone
Because
service
yeah,
here.
even as you're driving from here, you really pretty much
Oh, yeah.
lose service until Madison Corner, and even still Madison
Yeah.
Corner till you get back.
You don't
up on
even have it in the
Town Road.
parking lot.
Right.
No.
No, yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are regulations, so you can go to the planning board and you can look at that section. So one of them is to explore options like attaching it to the top of the highest point already established before putting another
new
tower.
tower.
in.
Yeah. No, that
That's
makes
what
sense.
we want to reach out to them for. We want
Yeah.
to say, hey, pick the best spot on this property, whether it's in the building or around the building. That's really what we're looking for.
If they could give us a model too of
They will.
what
They
it would
have
cover,
a RF
where our
engineer.
cover would
Yeah.
would it expand,
Yes.
our coverage?
As part of the process, they go through with an RF engineer and they show what the current cell coverage is, and then with the addition of if it's on top of the spire, or if it's up on the hill, or if it's down the road, wherever it is, what the optimal place is. It shows you what those differences are, so that you can make those
Yeah,
determinations.
if we could ensure, the school has, broadband,
Right.
1-2 gig, service, you know what I mean? Let's do it right. Especially our police fire, have reliable comms and,
Right.
And it would just be safe for our school to have
Yeah.
cell service.
Right.
yeah, that's,
Well, we have the property, so let's take advantage of it.
Yep. It's a large parcel we're sitting on.
Right, exactly. Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Next is select board policies. So I had presented many policies to you. I was hoping that you guys might consider moving on some of them, not necessarily this meeting, but in the next couple meetings, putting together actual formal policies to move on. At least for the meetings, because if we sit on this too long, it'll never get done, and it's important that we get moving on some of these. So I just wanted to put it in your brains to.
Do you have a priority, certain things you want us to jump on first?
Probably your agenda one, the timelines around when the agenda would be finished or
We
stuff
have-
like that?
Yeah,
We have that rough,
one.
that rough outline, kind of
Right.
this, yeah, so does something need to be updated in that? I thought we had,
Well, just your timelines. So timelines for you guys. So, selectmen's lists. I had, this was part of the presentation.
Gotcha,
I don't know
gotcha.
if you remember.
Yeah.
There was a lot of information that night.
but no, but that, I mean, we obviously adopted approving the agenda and,
Right.
things that already immediately came out of
Right.
that.
That was the night we were here till like midnight,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We were here pretty late.
after 9.
I remember
Yeah.
everything from the night perfectly
I don't
clearly.
remember anything.
I mean, I'm totally okay with putting stuff together for you if you want.
If you have time.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have that much time, so I would love if you guys put your brains together.
Yeah,
I could
okay.
forward you again my presentation, and you could kind of put your brains together.
Yep.
But that would be very helpful.
Yep.
I think.
Yes.
So agenda, so that was number 1, what would number 2 be? Just so we can work on more than one thing.
I'll just
more
send
than
you the
one
presentation,
Okay.
and you guys can look at it.
Okay, but
And
nothing
the
jumps
report.
out at you as, I want you guys to do this first.
That's what I'm asking, your
No,
priority.
the agenda one is good because it helps the efficiency of the meetings,
Okay.
like getting things going. But yeah, I mean, it's just making sure that we're not here until 11 o'clock and
Yep.
that kind of thing. So, yeah.
And would you recommend
And-
building that into,
Yeah.
building those as line items into this?
Some of them you can. Some of them I think you're gonna need a separate.
Okay.
But also like how you accept. Another priority probably how you accept bids. So like previously you've done it based on value. So putting that in actual policies, I think important.
Would that go in the purchasing policy?
That would just be how you, as a board, accept bids. Just like your standard. Because then that's what companies will give you is their best value.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're really helping yourself out, actually, with that one.
Okay.
But yeah, just keeping it top of mind.
Yep. And if you have that on your list every meeting and we knock off
It
2
might be a
every,
reoccurring.
if we can knock off 2 every time, then
Yeah,
we'll-
that would be great. I know that you're going to start probably seeing policy from the department side. So we're going to try to start pushing those through too, is getting departments' policies through to you guys. So that's going to start soon. Okay, so then I have given you guys an emergency event response overtime policy. So this came up because of Dylan's above and beyond work that he has done for this emergency response event. So we wanted to, and this will be compensated through the FEMA grant. And most instances like this would be probably compensated through some kind of FEMA assistance. So you're welcome to make the cap of the hours whatever you guys want. That was just, something that I thought was, more than fair. But, you can lower it, you can raise it, it's up to you guys. But I figured this would be a great standard for like if we had a major police event or, weather event similar to what we had. But it would be helpful. I don't know if you looked at the policy, but what we had talked about is that it would be you guys certifying that it is an emergency event.
Okay.
Just so that it's not just, oh no, we had a 2-day...
It snowed like
Yeah.
it's supposed to every winter,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or like a one-time, like one-day event thing. Like it's really not. It's as prolonged. That would be an above and beyond an overtime expectation for a salaried employee.
And even though the majority of them would be reimbursed by FEMA, would we then put a little something in the budget for it for next year?
Yeah.
Possibly to
Yeah.
make sure that
So
we
like
have
kind
the
of a
money.
separate
Yeah.
budget line item.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys already don't really have many of the contingency lines that many towns have in there. So like this would probably be included in part of it.
Okay.
So, but that we can be discussed at a later time.
So who are the salaried employees to which this would apply? Obviously, DPW director, yourself, if you have to.
It would just be any of the salaried employees that we employ.
Police chief.
Police chief, but.
It would just be for emergency response above and beyond what.
What about you have a salaried position that is not an emergency position, but you have a stipended position that is a emergency position?
Yeah, I don't know. That's if it's just that's only an emergency position. I would think that's covered.
Yeah,
that's for
yeah.
emergencies.
This is just mainly for
Yeah.
the salaried employees. So this the stipend is not put together as a salary.
I guess to stop beating around the bush, our town clerk tax collector is also our emergency management director.
Right.
So if I would think he's salaried as town clerk tax collector, but not as emergency management director.
But if he's doing his emergency management position, he's getting his stipend for that.
Right. Okay, so effectively this wouldn't apply to him.
Yes.
Correct, that it does not apply.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to be clear.
Yeah, it says
I mean, it's depending on whatever position you are filling at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
The only comment I have is when we considered the salary in the past for one of our positions, we calculated in the expected overtime. I think it was like 170 hours a year, and we increased the salary to include those additional hours. So this would be on top of
This would
that
be the
already.
above and beyond that. So, like, if we have our current situation where there's like 100 hours of overtime
they're
above
working,
and
yeah.
beyond what was expected,
Mhm.
then and you can lower the cap if you want. That cap puts it around like $10,000. So if you lower the cap, that's fine. It's up to you if you want to run the numbers. But this is just for that above and beyond. And the nice thing is it can be captured by the FEMA.
Yeah, that's
funding.
which I like that.
Yeah.
Especially where Dylan, Mike, others, Jim are tracking for the FEMA,
Right.
and we get reimbursed for those hours.
Right.
And I agree, the employees should be fairly compensated.
Exactly.
Especially, I know in this case, Dylan, Mike, Jim, they were working 24/7. They were out there till 11:30 at
Right.
night, every night, fixing roads.
Right.
Is there a law? I don't know if I'm like reaching way back in my memory where we get time and a half for overtime.
Yeah.
Is there a rule that at one point we get double time, like over 80 hours?
Holidays usually.
No, like
There's
not
usually a
just
policy
town
by the
related, like
town.
a law.
Like
Federal law?
FLSA,
No, that is the
Fair
law.
Labor Standards Act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so for 40 days, but what about over 80? Are you still at time and a half, or you're at double time?
As far as I know.
No, unless it's a
Okay.
union,
I mean, I
union
should know this.
contracts
Yeah,
are different.
usually it's a
50 hours.
negotiated.
Personnel
Negotiated
policy
contract.
standpoint from the
Yeah.
federal law, there is
No?
no distinction between.
All right, so it
Yeah.
just
Okay.
goes on for time and a half.
Correct.
Okay, for good. Okay, tax free.
It's only like nighttime work could potentially be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know why it was popping in my
In
head.
some salaried positions I've seen, if you're salaried, they expect you to work 45 to 50 hours a week standard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we haven't established that.
No.
So it would just be determining what that, you know what I mean? Is it 45 and then anything above 45 hits that kind of emergency mark? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was, you were
Yeah.
talking about when they're already doing like a lot of extra hours.
Yeah, I mean, this is basically for when they're really going to pretty much hit that cap or above.
Yeah.
Like, it's that kind of an event. It's similar to what we just had.
Can we ask our salaried employees responding to this emergency about how many hours they've put in because this is an extraordinary emergency. And I think they've been
Yeah, we
tracking
do.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if we can get that.
That's what I'm saying,
we can
You
get
said
that.
like
Just
Dylan had what,
understand.
almost 100?
Yeah, in
For
like
one
a
week.
month.
Yeah, for 1
No,
week.
okay.
Dylan did
Yeah.
an extra 100 hours or
In a month, yeah.
Well,
In a month.
In the
Okay.
month.
Yeah.
So each pay period,
20.
there was like about 50 to 60 hours extra.
25, 30
For
hours
him
a
in
week.
particular.
Yeah, for
20 hours a
two-
week.
For
Extra
2
20
weeks,
hours
there
per
was
week.
Okay. I got
extra
it.
50 to
working
60
It
hours.
helps to know, though, so that we have something to refer.
Yeah.
reference.
So not only was he working 40 hours, he was
Yeah.
working an extra 20 to 30
20,
hours each
50%
week.
more.
Right.
Right. This is why this makes sense. Because
Yeah,
it's like, this is way above and
Yep.
beyond.
It would be nice if
What
we
we
never
thought
see the
about-
kid, but you know how well that goes.
Yep.
No, we could
Yeah,
get,
we
And
should
that's-
think about this.
That's
and
what
try
I
to
mean
put,
by
like,
emergency
into real
event
numbers.
response.
Yeah.
Because it's something that's going to be prolonged.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
going to probably hit the cap.
Yep.
Because anything shorter than that, it's probably not, worth the event status.
Yeah, I'm okay with it as written, and then we can reevaluate even in 2 weeks
Yes.
if we have to, and rewrite, reevaluate as necessary.
Yeah, I think the only thing that really should be reevaluated if you guys want to run the numbers is the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's already at 100 of 150, or even beyond that.
I'd have to look at it.
Yeah, and
it's
that
probably
would be,
pretty close
Yeah.
in the last month, 6 weeks.
and
Yeah.
that's reimbursed by FEMA.
Right.
Does FEMA have any type of cap on what they reimburse?
I think it's just the 75%. It's included.
75% of it back.
Yeah.
This-
I personally wouldn't want this to be tied into snow events too much because we live in the mountains. Like,
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
you know
routine
what I mean?
weather events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you get,
Yeah.
some ungodly
Yeah.
10-day storm.
We got
Yeah.
another
You know,
blizzard
Like
or
they
the
something.
Buffalo,
can't
New
stall.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get 10
Yeah.
feet of snow in 10 days, you
Yeah.
just can't,
And again,
stall.
that's maybe why maybe we add. It starts at 50 after 50 hours or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you can
Yeah.
put a
Yeah.
minimum too.
Because if you're salaried, you are expected to do more than 40 hours.
But that's why I'm saying you
routinely
guys
anyway,
would have the
yeah.
opportunity to designate it as an event. So
Right.
that's the thing. You can designate it as an event
Right.
later
Right.
on and say, we retroactively put this as an event. You can now claim your overtime.
What do other towns do? Have we
There-
got anybody else's policy to look at?
Yeah, this was based on a couple different. So this was based on the state, the Carroll County, and then I think New Durham or Durham has one. There's a couple different towns that have this policy.
Have we looked,
Can you look at those policies and see?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Use
I
them
can
as
get
guidance.
them to you.
have we considered in lieu of financial compensation to comp time, accrue comp time?
Yeah, you
that
can add-
They could use after the event or, up to the end of the following year, an extra, paid, long weekends or something, instead of time and a half. Have we looked at a policy like that?
Yeah, you can make it also and or comp time.
Yeah, because you and I talked about
Yeah.
potentially comp time as well.
Mhm.
It for salaried employees it doesn't make the most sense.
No, but some
because
people may
You
prefer,
get the
you know,
flexibility
Someone
already.
retains their salary.
Yeah.
Time off rather than.
yeah, some people may prefer to take, Monday, Tuesday off, instead of being paid.
Right, but if you're going that many hours, that's the thing. It's
Yeah.
the amount of hours, because then you're going.
Mhm.
That would give you 150 hours. Would give you like what 3 months off, if you wanted to. So
150 hours, that's 3 weeks pay, a little over three and a half.
yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, almost
time and a
4 weeks.
half.
You gotta do a time and a half on it.
Yeah, time and a
No, you
half.
don't.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm
For comp
saying.
time?
If it was,
Yeah, for comp time, you do not have to do time and a half, it's only straight time.
Ooh.
That's what I'm thinking, 1 for 1 hours, but again, I don't know, that's something we'd have to research a little bit. I think.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, that doesn't make sense.
so we were
Some
gonna
people
look at
prefer
other
time
towns. We're gonna.
What's that?
Some people prefer time off as
You're right.
opposed to the additional.
I would
additional-
think you'd be accrued at time and a half, same as overtime, but.
So we'll look at other towns' policies, we'll look at this and then also take into consider hours beyond 50, hours beyond 60 for a salaried employee,
Mhm.
hours beyond 45, we don't know. And then time and a half or straight time for comp time and, consider comp time instead. And is it paid at time and a half or one-on-one or like straight time for comp time? Yeah, so we got variables we can look at.
Yeah,
So,
Yep.
then when the employee has an option,
Yeah.
I prefer to take 2 days off instead of being paid. or
Sure.
something.
yeah.
But
then you're reimbursable with the.
Yeah, how do we,
Tabling it till
I was
the
about
next
to.
meeting.
I was about to do that.
and
I was getting there.
before we table it, one last thing, on the FEMA reimbursements, can we verify the wages that they will reimburse? Will they pay time and a half rate? You know what I mean? When you put in an hourly rate for XYZ employee,
Yeah.
claiming so many hours for the FEMA repairs, are they gonna push back on that labor rate because, oh, that we paid them one and a half times? You know what I mean? Do they have a cap? that
For
they'll-
hourly
Yeah.
employees, they should, but salaried, it would be a straight
Yeah,
time.
I don't, can we
imagine.
verify how FEMA reimbursed for the hourly rates?
You should ask
Yeah.
Chief Brooks how he reports it.
That's
He
what I
may
mean.
not report it as an hourly number, he may report it as a
total number.
total sum.
Yeah, I think he does.
Total
and I think that's
cost,
what we had
yeah.
talked
Yeah.
about before, but
Okay,
I
just-
don't
can we
remember
verify?
Check with him.
exactly, so
Yeah.
I'll ask.
Yeah, no, I just wanna make sure that,
I would think they'd want.
you know,
those.
we're not gonna get pushback from FEMA on going, well, you're paying time and a half, we don't, here's our cap or something.
You would think that
How do we
FEMA would
report the
Just want
costs?
totally understand that this is almost all overtime for every town.
No, I know, but just, FEMA may have a certain reg or something
Right.
on reimbursement.
And they might not reimburse comp time.
Yeah, just,
Yeah.
if we
Right,
can-
that's why I'm saying like
Yeah.
there's some kind of limitations to what you guys can do.
There's still a dollar amount to comp time.
Right.
So
Yeah,
They
there
should.
would be, because you're paying
how you,
them.
how
for the time.
you apportion it back to the employee is.
All right.
Again, just so we can be certain that, we'd be in compliance with the reimbursement from FEMA.
All right. I
All
will
right,
accept a
that's
motion
it.
to table this for 2 weeks until the next meeting. Anybody wish to make a motion to table this for 2
I'll make
weeks?
a motion to table the emergency response event compensation policy till our next meeting.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, all right, I'll jump
IT.
ahead and do IT services.
Yes. So we have been in contact with an IT company to see just like what would it cost for us to move into the 21st century, and to have some cybersecurity. And we got a quote from them. It's not as all inclusive as I was hoping for, but it's somewhere to start. This company is really great. They work with, they were highly recommended by pretty much everybody, and they work with almost every town around us. So that's great. I do want to send it out to bid though, and so I want to be able to send this out to bid now. Joe and I were looking at budget numbers. There are several moving parts, so the thing is, like, we need to look into moving to fiber internet as well to be able to host like our phones and stuff like that with this changeover. So there's several moving parts. We're also looking to get the grant to move to .gov, and then they pay for the licensing for 3 years. They reimburse after you pay the first year's upfront, so they'll reimburse everything for 3 years after that. So there's a lot of moving parts to this. We were looking at budget, but budget looks pretty good. We're probably going to save enough money with moving out of some of the contracts that we already have or some of the payments that we already have in order to fund this, so it wouldn't necessarily cost us anything. But I want to put it out to bid so we are getting the best price.
Yep.
So I would like to do that as soon as possible.
Okay, putting on my professional hat for a minute. Have you clearly defined your business requirements so that when you're putting it out to bid, everybody knows exactly what you're asking for?
I'm going to take the quote that we got
Yeah.
and kind of put it into a bid.
Okay.
So that hey, we're really looking for this, because he really hit all the all the
Okay.
points that
Yeah.
we want,
Okay.
and look to get bids for that.
Okay.
One of the things we looked at, we're paying thousands of dollars a year for plain old telephone service.
Pots.
The twisted pair.
Pots.
I mean, and all the phone lines we have, we're paying a lot of money. We think that if we went with VoIP, via Spectrum, Fidium, whatever your broadband provider is, you know, we could save at least 50% on our phone cost.
It's weird because the phones plug in with RJ45 network
Ethernet,
cables,
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
our internet comes through the phone.
but where phones are actually tied
Every-
to copper.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Our
So-
everything is
so-
done through the phones. Our network, everything, all through the phone. It's very weird. It's so old school.
And you said 50%, but I can tell you when we all switched, we saved a lot of money. But my bill has gone up 50% since I switched over.
I'm still
Yeah, but
cheaper.
consolidated one,
I went to start at $50 and then 104.
the security guy told us this as well, and we've seen it online. Consolidated, within 2 years, is doing away with the copper twist and pair. It's
Yeah.
going away.
Okay.
They're gonna
Yes,
go with the
nationwide.
Fidium stuff. It's going
Nationwide, they're
nationwide.
doing that. Yeah.
So within the next 2 years, you know,
We
we're
have to
gonna
do
have
it
to
anyway.
transition anyway into a broadband, you know, fiber connection. or-
Something, maybe not fiber. That's my question is, there are other options out
Yeah.
there. There are satellite-based and everything else, so.
Yeah.
So somewhere along the line, I think that the board should require some sort of an analysis to say, is it best to go fiber? Is it satellite? What is it? What's that look like for us going forward? And not just necessarily jump into, well, currently the other option is that we all know about is fiber.
My 15 years of experience in IT and working remotely would recommend fiber, that not satellite given our area at all.
Oh, I would highly recommend
Well,
satellite.
maybe from maybe from where you sit.
Well, you got
Starlink
a tall
or whatever.
spire.
Yeah.
Starlink is up there.
It's true.
There's
True, that's
100,000 satellites orbiting around here.
Yeah.
So
I have a friend up the road, they love it. It never
Yeah.
fails, yeah.
Nope, do not have failures. So I mean,
Yeah.
at least it's somewhere
improvement.
again.
My mind
You know,
is
if you
like
get
corporate doesn't.
yeah, no, I know,
Yeah.
but if I'm saying that, Selectmen is saying that, then maybe at least looking at it and doing a business case for which way to go.
Right.
Mhm.
So
No, I
that
agree.
when we do go in that direction, and somebody like me stands up and says, "Why did we decide to do this?"
Yeah.
Then you go, "Well, because here, this document."
Right. As far as I know, Starlink is really expensive.
No,
Do you have
I have
Starlink?
Starlink.
Oh, cool. How
It
much?
used to be.
So do you mind
It's
if I
a-
ask
that's
how
no,
much
it's
you pay?
$120 a month.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll have to look into that.
So it's a little more than fiber.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more, but not. But again, I don't have to worry about somebody digging in the road and cutting your fiber.
That's true, or a tree limb falling, taking out the cable or fiber, yeah.
That is still cheaper than cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that's for me as an individual. I would imagine that if you're talking to them from a business perspective and an organization, there might be other things that they can do. There might be a business program that they run. They are still trying to build their network worldwide. So I know that when I first got it, because we were the first people in the area to get it, I was only paying $90. And as the demand grows, then the price would go up. But if demand dies, they provide all kinds of incentives to get people to build into it.
No, and I know, I dealt with Fidium, as you know,
Yeah.
a year and a half ago, they started wiring Madison, and they had a great promotional
Yeah.
rate. And, you
I
know,
didn't do it.
when you see the renewal bill, oh yeah, it went up $40.
Yeah, mine went up a lot.
Oh yeah,
A lot.
mine went from $60 to $100, yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. That's what I was just saying.
No, I
And the
agree.
HughesNet is another,
Yeah.
besides Starlink, HughesNet
Mhm.
is another satellite company that.
So
But,
could you have our blessing to?
Cool.
complete
Yeah,
that?
I'll
And,
put out
um,
the bids. I know that Fidium is gonna bid us really soon too for fiber. So they asked for how many phone lines.
One thing that did come up in our kind of just brainstorming was we need to include the transfer station.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've been talking for how many years now about putting a couple security cameras up there, right? There's no internet connection, broadband there. So if Fidium's gonna pull fiber, pull it into the shed up there,
Yeah.
so we
And
can,
Get a
library.
phone there too.
and the library,
Yeah,
yeah,
and
so.
the lower garage.
Mhm.
Yeah, the lower garage is
Unless you go
part of
satellite.
it, but the library we
Unless you go
That's
can't.
what?
Unless you go
And
satellite,
unless you go satellite,
then
Yeah.
they don't have to string it.
But also the
Right.
library,
Just
you'd
a
have to
little-
discuss with the trustees.
Yeah. Also, I don't know what the school uses, but if there was I mean, they would obviously be separate, their own separate
Yeah.
thing, but if it was worth, if they're gonna be digging or something
Right,
like that.
that's
so,
why
yeah.
that's why I wanted to contact everybody and
Yes.
say, like, hey, well, and you guys are meeting with them on the 4th, so
Yes.
you could mention it then.
Cool.
Cool.
Do you know, as far as the .gov grant that
Mhm.
you've researched, transitioning to a Madison?
They're
New
ready to
Hampshire,
go when we are.
would that require equipment investments, network investments as well? And would the grant cover that?
So it
Does
covers
it cover
licensing.
hardware, software, or just licensing?
Just licensing and the setup. So it would cover them moving us to .gov. So they would do the move for us. Or they would hire a company to do the move for us.
So the folks that we're working with are a non-profit that works with
Yes.
small
So
government?
it's a New Hampshire DOIT. They have contracted a company that moves people to .gov.
Okay, thanks. And when you say licensing, what licensing is that?
So it would be like a Microsoft tenant or a Google tenant or any of that. All the licensing they pay for.
Okay. And then the domain, to pay for, how expensive is a .gov
They would
domain?
pay for it,
For,
but it's
just
pretty
for
much
3
free.
years?
Yeah.
But for 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they're cheap, okay, good.
And you
Yeah,
had
they-
mentioned the .gov foundation or the grant people, they provide the cybersecurity as part of the package as part of the installation?
I know that
Do they
would
monitor
just-
the network and everything for?
That would be a separate company that would have
Separate
to do
company,
it.
okay.
Well,
That-
if we're in a Microsoft or Google Gov Cloud, so to speak.
Tenant, yeah.
Tenant, yeah.
That's what the word they use.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're the landlord.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking about the cybersecurity.
Well,
but
that's what we're
that would
trying
be
to
on the
get
company.
an IT company for is the cybersecurity. But they
Right.
would work with this. This is why everything kind of works together.
Mhm.
Is we want to move to .gov when we have a company so they could all work together and do the thing for us.
So we're talking, so obviously we have the domain .gov and the website piece of it, but we're also talking about having like,
Emails.
emails, yep, like an intranet too, like a Microsoft
Well,
tenant in that we can upload documents. That
yeah, so it'd be like fully encompassing for like Office Suite or Google Suite, which would have the SharePoint or some kind of OneDrive or whatever. Yeah, I mean, if you go to Microsoft Suite, you're gonna get OneDrive, you're gonna get SharePoint, you're gonna get all those things.
Yeah.
And then they were talking about the police department going premium so that they could put sensitive documents in there and it be totally secure.
Yep.
Mhm.
Cool.
Nothing is totally secure. But
There are things that can be a lot better.
The company that we had a proposal from, they would do 24-hour security, 365 days a year. It's totally under their watchful eye, I guess.
So you're signing us up for like CyberSoc, where they monitor our network and activity, or like a,
Yeah, I think they do use a third-party provider.
okay.
I don't know. They didn't say what provider it was.
Yeah, they might not say.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan? We're gonna proceed with
Elucidate
Lucy is
that.
doing the research?
Yep.
Yeah, out
Yep.
to bid.
Cool.
Right now.
All right. All right, so we're good with that. Next item
It's just
is
signature.
non-publics, and signatures and non-public.
But I have a few signature items that didn't really make the thing. So the Madison Beach for Darian Brown, you guys had asked what was going on.
Because it was very generic live music or something like that. Right?
Yeah, so it's 2 people. They've done it before. They do classic rock, country, and pop, and they have a small amp. And that's it.
Okay, so
It's very small.
it's not intrusive or
No.
Where
it's
are
not
they-
gonna bother the
You've
neighbors?
never been down there when
No,
they
I
have
haven't
the
seen-
music on the beach?
Right, but I
Yeah.
don't know that it was.
I didn't know
I don't know
who the
if
players
these
were.
folks were the ones who this isn't the
It's a
same
different
people.
person.
Because the Historical Society has done it, and then there's a group that kind of took over from the Historical Society, kind of doing that.
It
acoustic
sounds like
sort of
this is
stuff.
it. These are the
I thought that
Those
was
are
a
the
different
people,
one,
those are the
though.
band.
No, I think this is the band. It's a 2-person band.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
I
just-
talked to the guy, very chill, It's fine.
Good enough.
As long as we have the authority to renegotiate or reconsider.
Yeah, you can pull it
Harry
at
and
any time if
Brown,
you
okay.
want.
Noise limitations.
That's,
and things like
that was
in
my
case we
concern,
have-
like a big band or and
Yeah,
the
it's
neighbors
not.
would be,
It's
yeah.
Actually,
probably very
Um,
acoustic and.
I'm
small
wondering if
amplifiers.
Chief has received any noise complaints, because I think they were complaints that teenagers were on the beach after 10 p.m. And so I was just wondering if how the vibe has been around beach noise and or usage. So,
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
You'd have to ask Chief about that one.
okay.
Okay, he's only expecting 15 to 20 people, you know.
Not a
The
big group
audience
that
is-
Are
It's
they
pretty
charging
small.
for it, or?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if he charges for it. I don't think he.
They haven't before.
I don't know, I don't, yeah, I'm not
Yeah, I don't think he
familiar with it.
does. I think it's just for fun.
I swear
Is it
this
they just kind of
I
show
swear
up and
that we
play for a couple
did sign
hours?
one for the folks who were kind of taking over from the historical. The
Signature.
historical society was like, you know, kind of John and Tammy Flanagan and you know what I mean, this kind of little folk acoustic folk type stuff. I swear we already signed one to let them,
So it's pretty much
Maybe
every.
it has to be done every year.
and they were gonna do it
Every
3 times.
Wednesday
and
all
they were-
summer,
they were
it
gonna
says,
do it, like,
starting
done
July
every year.
1st, I mean.
Yeah.
right, and they were gonna do it like once a month for the 3 months of summer, and I think this is different because they're looking to do it
Every Wednesday.
every single Wednesday.
We did, because I remember when this came last time, I asked, does this conflict with the same date as the other musicians?
And it doesn't.
Yeah, so that's fine.
They were
I'm fine with
doing,
it.
I think, the weekends, and these are
Yeah.
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
I looked at the calendar.
Yeah. So we're just establishing that there's
Yes.
two separate events, not that they're,
Yeah.
So they could.
But they've said they've done it before,
Yeah.
so.
What does that mean though? Does that mean they've done it here on our beach before?
I think
That means
so.
they've done it
That's
other places?
they
So
seem
might
to
have
be
been one
like
of
this
the-
was
Do you
routine.
need us to
and-
sign this?
Yes.
Yes.
She needs,
Somebody does.
she needs to sign it.
Okay.
All right, and then we can revoke it at any time if people are.
We
Yes.
get noise
Not happy with it.
complaints or something.
Yes. And then you have another one. The church would like to have church service on the beach.
Mhm. Yeah,
They rowdy.
no, they do their sunrise
The 8:30.
services, the 8:30 service. They've been doing that for many years, as far as I know.
So do we have a copy of their insurance? The musicians?
Not that I'm aware of, but we can get that for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just their church service, 8:30 to 9:30, on Sundays through August 30th. Yeah, they've been doing that for years. Pastor Drew now, and well, Lisa Hayford filled out the form.
I'm not
I know
gonna,
we-
just in
No,
case.
No, it's a great thing. They do it every summer.
Oh, yeah. On the good side.
You also have 2 intent to cuts.
Oh no.
One is the cemetery, the Gilman Cemetery. That
Okay.
one is,
Mhm.
and then this one is Orchard Hill Drive. Which also they contacted us to go over a new agreement.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I have to contact or get Cordell to contact their lawyer.
This doesn't have an out clause, like this doesn't say it can be withdrawn at any time.
All right, we can add that.
Okay.
They start though.
You
any
guys
minute,
can
right?
add whatever you want to that form.
Yep.
It'd be tomorrow, right?
Yeah, let's just,
Yeah.
just name the town property and just put, yeah, we need to add that, you know, that we can withdraw this at
Yeah.
any time, and then, name town property, just be more specific and say.
Their proposal
Beach on
is to
beach.
cut
Yeah.
53 out of 59
And then,
acres. Look at the amount
When they're
of
paying
lumber
attention, I'll
they
make a
take.
motion to, I'll accept a motion to sign it out of session.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so for that, for the music at the lake, we're just gonna add a clause that the town can withdraw it at any time, or withdraw permission, and then just ask them to be more specific. Instead of Madison Beach, if they mean the Lake Beach on East Shore Drive, to
Mr.
specify that.
Churchman?
Hey, like this, East Shore Drive. Something like,
With the church.
Yeah.
You wanna use it?
Hey, this is a different application. Like
Yes.
This is a new
Yeah,
one.
yeah, it's updated.
This gentleman here, his anticipated start date was yesterday.
They're not allowed to start until you send that to them.
I know, but he put his anticipated start date.
Yeah.
was yesterday.
And then same thing, we need a insurance, copy of insurance for the.
Yeah, they're sending it.
All the things, okay. Oh, that says town administrator. We'll see who gets to sign that one.
Oh yeah, the updated ones have.
Oh, that's
have me on
Lisa's,
there.
the Madison Baptist Church.
It's not at the bottom.
Where's Orchard Hill Drive?
It's off of Allard Hill, I just looked it up.
Okay.
The word hill just makes me nervous, what kind of road they're gonna put in there.
We'll have a repeat of
So
what
are
the lady
we-
discussed today.
So I don't think that we have looked closely at these to, again, just in light of what's been happening and the resident who was here. You know, are we looking at bonds? Are we requiring the before and after pictures? Like, I think, I thought it was somewhere, not just in what we were discussing earlier, but I thought somewhere there was documentation, not just in the Class 6 policy, about kind of before and after things and making, like, in follow-up and making sure that they haven't, like, destroyed, even Class 6 roads aside, like, that they're just, that they're not destroying the joint.
I think both of those
So the
are-
bonding is a law,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's a certain, there's a certain law around it, and I cannot remember the exact law around it right now, but they're required to bond if they are cutting, I think, so much, or in a certain area. I wanna say that's what it was, but, there's a binder upstairs of the rules around those. But any of the Class 6 stuff would be town ordinance, I believe.
Yeah, both of those are significant logging operations. They're cutting.
Well, this one's huge.
Yeah, they're cutting 50 acres there.
And that would be behind the cemetery? So I was describing?
This doesn't, well, it's at map 239 lot 10.
They're all behind the
That's
house.
239?
That's the Gilman property, I don't know which lot of the Gilman property.
239 what?
23910, does that have it by, that doesn't have it by section, does it?
It says 234, 234, 3910, right here.
Oh, so that's the cemetery right there, it's the opposite
Yeah.
side.
So the other
It's up
side,
behind, it's up
which
behind
means
the,
it goes
the
uphill
old Gilman
again.
farm.
Behind the house.
Yeah, up behind the old Gilman farm.
Kinda hard not to find a hill here.
Was that White House, the White farmhouse?
Yes.
that was
Yeah,
there?
across from Gilman Center.
Yeah, across from Gilman.
Yeah. So it looks like they're cutting around that.
Yep.
Alright. So Orchard Hill is just, is that a main road or is that a Class 6? Orchard Hill off of Valley Hill, do we know? Is that one of our regular roads?
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like it.
I just had it on my map. And, I mean, it's what? It's small?
Because it doesn't have, like, that had a house number, this doesn't have a house number, it just says Orchard Hill Road.
Yeah, there's not very many, I don't see any houses, maybe one house on the road, maybe two.
Alright, but it looks like a proper road,
Yes.
it's not like a Class 6.
Oh, I don't know. Where on
It's-
how? Allard it is, where it is. What's the next road?
Tasker Hill.
Tasker Hill.
Oh, so it's kinda near Rock Farm.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, no, it's further away.
Or like
Oh, no, that's
at the
what-
top of Town Line, isn't that Allard? Is that where it starts?
I don't know where it is.
The wrong side of the road. Yeah, there's Town Line.
Could you, where they're supposed to sign?
Alright, yeah, so you guys send that one. Yeah, I just. Do we want more information about the Orchard Hill? That is a lot of cutting. Do we have a tax map down here? I can get one on the website. Where are my tax maps?
Was that the one they were cutting, 53 out of 57 acres or something?
Where do you see the acres?
They had it up in the upper left there.
We did.
Yeah,
Acreage lot 29.12
yeah.
acres, they're cutting 27 of the
Yeah, that's what I
acres.
mean, so they're clearing the majority of that lot. I don't know much about the logging, regulations, ordinances, but does the town
205
regulate,
what?
like clear
What's
cutting
the-
or anything, do we know?
Here's the road.
205.31.
Yep, I got it right
It's
here.
all done by
It's right
like,
here. Behind you.
state laws.
Yeah, that's and again,
Michael grabbed a
Not on the
binder.
Conway.
yeah,
This is the Orchard.
no, because
Hill
are you
Drive.
allowed to,
Joe, there was a time when the town,
That's Allard Hill.
um,
I don't know that it's a proper
Um,
road, to be honest with you.
expected
dotted.
the
What is
logger
dotted?
to
No,
post a
dotted
bond.
meaning us.
And then
We have a, what's
the
it's up
town
there. It's
revisited
watersheds, I don't
that.
think.
for Amy Kennedy.
And I think they decided against it.
Right.
And,
Right. Where was that one supposed to be?
roundabout here.
I think it needs to be
This has
revisited.
dotted.
Oh, no, there it is, Kent Road there.
doesn't
That's dotted.
the state
That's dotted.
require
This
you
is
bring in
slashes,
like a
though.
professional forestry
Not dotted, but
person?
slashes.
We have a
And
list
they
of our
kind of
class
mark
six
the
roads on
trees you
website,
can
I
cut and that kind of thing, I'm not sure how it works, yeah.
It's either intermittent stream or watershed boundary.
Yeah, especially, where there's
I
watersheds
think
and things.
they get involved when there's wetlands.
Yeah. Like this one here, it's 59 acres and they're gonna acres to cut 53.
Who
So
owns that land?
this is East Madison Road, the Gilman Cemetery lot there.
Orchard Road?
No, this is East Madison.
Holy shoot.
Yeah, East Madison is that's a little bit up behind, that's across from Gilman Cemetery, the white farmhouse that is still within the Gilman family, it's just a different, like a cousin or something, and they wanna log up behind, I think.
Wow.
But that's also Frost Brook up there too. Are we the only, board that sees these, these don't go through planning or?
Conservation Committee.
You,
No,
this is an assessing thing, so you get to it.
Yeah, that's what, they're paying the
I can't
tax
tell
on
if
on
this
the
is
board
all
fee.
taxes.
This is a
These are
tax,
regular
this is a
roads.
tax.
It's colored like that.
You can see it, really. It looks more like a driveway.
Yeah, this is only
See, there's the other deal.
the timber
Yep.
tax
Yeah,
for.
oh, there you
yeah.
go.
And then it's
Yeah.
all woods behind it.
Okay,
I wouldn't
that
say it's a
makes
big
me feel
deal.
But
better.
does that get into class 6?
Oh, I don't.
Cause look, it's only supposed to go, this is the tax map, the town
Yeah.
tax map. It goes just to there and then has a cul-de-sac, but that looks like it continues
Yeah,
up.
there's yeah. I don't know, it's all trees. But
Alright, can we table this one until, or we have to do
You
it?
have 15 days to do it, so you cannot.
no,
Okay,
You have to say yay or nay.
yeah, it's
and it's 15 days from when it was received yesterday?
Yes.
So do we
So
make it?
2 weeks would be 15 days,
Okay.
right?
But
No?
you have to notify DRA, so you'd have to do it in the beginning of the day, because by end of day.
I think we'll be alright, to be honest. It's,
To cut that much to completely clear 27 acres?
No, this Gilman one too is 53
It
out of
probably
59
looks like they're probably
acres.
gonna get ready
No,
to
it's
build
not.
houses.
It was different, I thought.
No, this
No,
is
they're taking-
53 acres out of
53.
59.
yeah, they don't wanna leave
Oh,
That's what I'm saying,
missed
they're cutting 80%, 90% of the
And the
lot.
lot next to them just got almost clear cut
Yeah.
too, the one that's for sale.
Their owner's choice.
I know that it's privately owned, that's what, I don't know, do they have to bring in a forester to assess, before you can
No.
take
No,
that?
no,
much?
don't
no.
have to.
Okay, I'm just asking,
No.
like a professional, management plan or something.
Yeah.
No, because then we saw the issue we had where they clear cut, now we're getting the flooding down the roads. There's no trees left to capture the rain. I don't know if we have any say in that.
In that case, it would go through their
Not
house
really.
first.
I mean, this
No.
is basically for tax purposes.
Yeah, no, I
That
know,
you can
it's
collect
a tax for the
Yeah.
board feet of lumber, I agree, but
For that one, it would go through their house first,
Well,
anyway, it
that's-
can't make it out to the road, so.
This one doesn't look like it affect anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really just
in
for
the
municipal
woods.
assessing officials.
It-
We just hereby, the selectmen,
Mhm.
municipal, hereby certify that all owners of record have signed the intent,
Yeah.
the land is not under current use, and the form is complete and accurate.
yeah, it's for taxes, not approval to cut timber or
Well, and
something.
it's highly regulated by DRA, so it's not like it's not overseen.
That's odd, clear cutting.
Mm,
Did everybody sign that one, or?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
odd.
One last thing.
Yeah, I'm just really sensitive to the clear cutting, obviously, given what
The
happened
roads, yeah.
on 113, that little yellow house.
Please find your name, and what is highlighted, please sign.
Okay,
Ugh.
So we can finally get our bank information done.
excellent.
Find
All
your
right.
name, Joe.
Is that it for the signature items? or-
Yes,
Okay, because the next is non-public.
yes.
Do you need a motion to enter non-public?
We will need a motion to non-public, but we should probably finish. Are they C?
No.
No.
B.
B.
That's, on this, you see it? You need
No,
this stuff
no, no,
here?
not no,
Okay.
don't touch it.
Nope.
Only the highlighter.
Just
I told you.
asking. You've
Now I'm
already
gonna have
asked
to get
that,
Jake in
so.
here to do it, because you all have to sign it. It's
Mhm.
not, it's
There's
non-negotiable.
highlighted that page and one other.
Thank you.
But this gets Christine as a signer.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Finally. Finally. being-
Is this it for the Camden Bank accounts to get
Hopefully.
Christine on and get us
Yeah.
all squared away?
Well, we're still working on the credit card, but
That should be a state.
that's going to probably be a long process, unfortunately.
What process?
The credit card?
Oh.
Yeah.
So just,
Just sign everybody, Jen.
I'll just make a little,
Just an X.
draw a face with it, you know,
Frowny
face.
face.
Just make you work again.
Oh, ouch, ouch.
That would just be
Yeah,
me.
it would be.
I think our banker would probably call you
He might.
personally.
But he's the one that kept me up there forever that day, so I think he owes me.
So,
What did you have to
I don't
do?
see my name on this one.
It's on the next page.
2 spots in row.
Jake, Christine, Joy.
Did you forget your,
No, come on.
Oh, wait, I just
Oh,
wasn't
it's
highlighted, okay. So I skipped right by it.
Show this to highlight. I was like,
I
I'm
think-
pretty
I
sure
think
she
it
didn't
is,
miss anybody.
Jim, I think we just bought a
2
house.
pages.
Probably.
This one and then that
Or
one.
a new car.
I know.
Great.
Just sign here, trust us.
Yeah, yeah, I heard that before.
Okay, thank you.
Next thing I know, I was in Alabama.
All right, are we ready?
This is. Let's not walk away with all of
All
it.
right,
Public comment?
quick one.
I'm sorry, I thought you were going into.
We're about to go into non-public, if you have a quick public comment.
So I have to wait?
Nope.
If you have
No,
a
you
quick
don't.
public
Yeah,
comment, we're
you gotta
adding
do
it
it
to the
now.
agenda
We're
spontaneously
all
right
over
now.
these.
I just, did I hear during this meeting that the state has engineering plans on Colby Hill Road and they're not available to the town? Is that what I heard?
No.
No, Donna.
And that's what I thought, and that's what I stated, and I was
No,
correct.
Michael has access, he saw the
Okay. Yeah.
drawings and the
Another
plans for
quick
113.
question. You folks signed the abatements June 23rd, your last meeting,
Mhm.
and they were due July 1st. Statutorily, a taxpayer should have received that letter that you signed June 23rd, and I haven't received one yet.
Almost every single person who has been sent that letter has received theirs, so I don't know what happened at the post office, but
Look at mine.
might want to be checked with the post office on that one.
Now, Lucy, are those sent certified mail or something?
No.
No,
No,
they
just
didn't
regular
have,
mail?
yeah.
Okay,
Regular mail.
just
No.
regular mail.
How many were sent out?
There was,
39 or 40?
well, the ones that got approved, you signed the checks today,
Mhm.
so they hadn't been sent out yet, but you approved them, so they're getting
Mhm.
them. Then the other ones were, there was 11, so that was 39, it was 28.
28.
Yeah.
39 minus 11.
Yes. It's
Well,
been a long day.
just a FYI, I haven't received mine yet.
Okay. Well, it should be in the mail, and so
It is July 7th.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, we sent them in the mail the next day, so
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
yeah, we
They
did.
signed them and
I
you put
know.
them in the
That's
mail.
why I'm concerned you
I got
didn't
mine
get
on
it.
receipt.
You did?
Yep.
Huh.
Donna, there is an issue with the post office. Mail has been slow.
Do you have a P.O. box?
Yeah.
And
That should have been like
It
the
I
right
know. That's weird.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
Does
the issue, it
post
goes to
office- They have
Manchester.
to send it out, and
If
then
you
it
mail it
comes
at
back.
Madison, it goes to Manchester, then up,
Okay.
and there's a kind of a choke point in Manchester right
It kind of makes no sense to do it that
Uh,
way because there is a local only mail
Yeah.
box.
now. Yeah.
You would think that
Yeah.
that they would
No,
meter it
they-
and stamp
Okay,
it right
well,
here
just
and
a
just
FYI.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to come by tomorrow,
Yeah, I will.
can give you the actual recommendation.
Okay, I'll do that.
But the letter,
Thank you.
it's in the mail.
Thank
I don't know.
I'll stop by.
Okay.
Demon.
They-
I was just wondering if I could get a picture of the list that Mike had for the road costs and.
I scribbled on mine, so if someone asks.
Here, I can
Yeah,
give
I
you,
wrote notes on mine.
I can give you a clean
Yeah,
copy. What I do.
notes on mine.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
I was
sorry.
gonna say-
I'm throwing stuff, Damon, all over the place.
Alright.
It's right here.
I don't know if it'd be redundant to get the one that Dylan had too, or if it's kind of.
This
It's
is-
the same.
This is the comprehensive list right
Okay.
there.
And it
You're
is,
welcome
it
to
is
that.
two-sided.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then
Did I
this,
drop anything else?
these numbers will probably be updated by the time we have a public hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
But what's nice is that has the status of all the repairs and the majority of the roads. Emergency repairs are completed, they're passable.
And
They
like,
have
when,
gravel patches and stuff on them, but
and they said it was like, 338,000, that's for the local roads, right?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
not the state.
Not the
Yeah.
state.
That is just town of Madison.
And then the FEMA declaration or the disaster declaration, that would apply to
Everything.
state state roads as well and anything.
Yeah, and that was in
Albany
excess of
Dam,
3
Albany,
million.
Freedom, Tamworth, Eaton, everybody.
But you have to hit like
2.6.
2.8
Yeah, it was over 3
2.67.
million, they said.
Yeah.
in
we-
Madison.
No,
No,
It's the
combined.
county.
Combined.
That's the county.
To
Yeah.
make an actual declaration, the cost has to hit over 2.36 million.
In the county.
In the county.
Okay, great.
It's I think 2.6 now.
It goes up every
Yeah, I know.
And so if
the
there's
hard
anybody I
part.
need to goose, I can goose them for you.
The contacts are Senator Mark
Yeah.
McCartney and Joe Kenny,
Yeah.
who's on the executive council. They're working with the governor
Mhm.
on this
Yeah.
declaration.
I'll text Joe and ask him if it's gonna come up tomorrow.
I'm sorry, I have a comment real
Sure.
fast.
Okay.
I went to a school board meeting last night. We had a joint ABC school board meeting. one of the things that came up was that, and I had been asking them, they had a proposal months and months, almost a year ago, to have Alpha Corporation do the infrastructure. Tamworth and Freedom have declined. I suggested to Jim Curran that he reach out to Jake, because Jake was the point of contact,
Correct.
and let him know to see if the town was interested in, because I know there was discussion about the town participating in that to get our infrastructure evaluated, especially if Tamworth and Freedom weren't, that we would still be able to use the town resources to. So hopefully, long story short, Jim will reach out to Jake or to somebody on the board and talk to you guys about that to see if there's an opportunity there to still get it done.
Yeah, that'd be great, and I think we're meeting with the school board in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
So that'd be
no.
great, great time.
beginning of August,
August.
Yeah, it was moved to
I got
August.
moved.
Yeah.
Right, so we're-
Yeah.
yes.
which I thought was with you guys, but apparently not with you either.
No, so
Okay.
I'm sorry. It was my confusion.
No,
'cause
it's okay.
All right.
when I saw July 7th, I just automatically thought, when I saw joint school board meeting, I
Yeah.
automatically thought that it was our meeting. I thought,
Oh.
it's all three of us. It's a trifecta.
Yeah, I was
But
like,
no,
oh.
no, ours was last night.
Okay.
On the 6th. So
All right, so I will accept a motion to enter into non-public per RSA 91A:3, Roman numeral 2, parenthetical B, the hiring of any person as a public employee. Roll call vote. Wait, do I have to make a motion?
Motion.
Somebody
I'll